rebounding list in that top 10. But 12 points for him, averaging about 8-9 rebounds right in that vicinity. Just does a tremendous job on the inside for Montana Tech.
Yeah, you would think as a team say, oh, we don't have a top 5 scorer in the league. That's too bad. But it's even better when you have 3 people in the top 12 when it comes to scoring in Sindhu, Caleb, and Taylor. Yeah,
they just continue to spread the ball around. They can just do it from inside. They can do it from outside. This team is playing outstanding on the offensive side, but they're obviously led by defense. They don't, we talked about it with the Rocky women, the fact that the Rocky women do not turn the ball over. This Tech team continually is one of the best teams in the nation as far as they just don't give the ball to the other team, averaging only about 7 turnovers a game, and that has been the calling card of Coach Adam Hyatt and this Montana Tech team since he took it over.
They really value the ball. They value having the number of possessions that they need. They want to limit their opponent's possessions, and then they just want to maximize their efficiency.
Well, let's talk about this Battling Bear squad, of course, led by Coach Drykosen. If you're not a fan of Coach Drykosen, then you haven't met him. He's truly one of the best guys you'll ever come across in your life. And this Rocky Mountain team feels like they turned that corner. They have really had a tough time at the beginning of the year. Continuing to play hard, getting games. Consistency hurt them at times, but you get that win over Carroll, and after that, things change pretty considerably for this Rocky team. You'd have to assume that they are going to use that as a springboard and continue to try and march through this Frontier Conference.
Well, and if you were going to take bets, going into the season or early in the season, you didn't think that Carroll's first loss in league play would come at home.
Yeah.
Rocky went in, and both on the men's and the women's side did something that I didn't think anybody was going to do this year.
Nope.
Is beat both up in Helena. They just play so well at home. But if you listen to that, Rocky really frustrated Carroll College. Slovankanen got hit with a technical because of the defense and the pressure that Rocky was putting on them. They played really well and really hard on defense, and that's something you're going to see out of Coach Drykosen's teams year in and year out. You're not a head coach in college basketball for however many years Coach Drykosen.
What are we at, 18? I think
22.
Oh, so sorry, Dryko.
22 years, right?
22 years.
The pride of Hinsdale, Montana, and he's been up there. He's been so successful at Rocky at his alma mater, and it's because his teams play incredibly hard. They play with a lot of passion, and that comes straight from the top because there's not a more passionate guy on the sideline than Coach Drykosen.
Well, again, thanks for joining us. Frontier Conference action, KBOW. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk about the starters. We'll talk about the conference and more after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech Frontier Conference basketball here on your hometown station, KBOW Buttes. Let's take a look at the starters here, shall we? We'll start things off for the Battling Bears. Coming out first is Nick Hart. Hart, a 6'4" junior. He wears number 1. Jesse Owens is out as well. Owens, a great story, a 5'9" freshman, averages 12 a game. He wears number 3. Jesse, of course, went to the Grizz to play football. Comes back to Rocky to play basketball, and back to his hometown. He was a tremendous guard for Billings West, back in the day, if you will, and really had a great career at West. And I don't know, maybe selfishly, I was really happy to see him come back to Coach Drykosen and play basketball at Rocky.
Anybody can play football, but when you watch Jesse at that AA state tournament for Coach Dara, you're going, that's a basketball player, bud.
Did you just say anybody can play football?
Anybody can play football.
Okay. Next out is Tayshawn Bradford. Bradford, a 6'2" junior, wears number 5, averages 11 a game for Montana Tech. Cale Robinson is starting as well. Robinson, a 6'6" freshman. He wears number 24. And Bo Santasteven is next out. Santasteven, a 6'7" freshman, or junior, Bo wears number 34. Of course, when we talk about Jesse Owens, we have to talk about Cade Tyson. He was his backcourt guard. They played together at Billings West, and I think have great things ahead of him here for the Battling Bears. Let's turn to the other side here. I guess first for Rocky, they have 4 guys averaging double digits. What do you view as important for Rocky out of the gate?
Boy, they're going to have to start fast. This is a Rocky team that can compete with anybody, can beat anybody in this league, but getting out to a good start is really important. You saw Tech last week against MSU Northern. They were able to win that game because they started hot. If you can hold Tech to a slow start or hang with them early, it's a lot easier than trying to fight your way back uphill.
Let's take a look at the starters for Montana Tech, and they're starting 5 here today. If we can get Tommy O to calm it down a little bit so we can hear ourselves think.
Inside voice.
The starting 5 for the Digs today, you're looking at Sindhu Diallo. Diallo, a 6'3" senior, wears number 1, averages 15 a game for Montana Tech. Caleb Belich is next. The product out of Manhattan, averages 15 a game. He's a 6'7" sophomore. He wears number 10. Taylor England down on the block. England, a 6'7" senior, wears number 20, averages 12 a game for Montana Tech. And due to the fact that JT is not here, I'll play the part of JT for a moment and say that Taylor England needs to touch the ball more for Montana Tech. Drew Hughes will run the point. Drew, a 6'2" senior, wears number 24. And the best defensive player in the Frontier Conference is, last but not least, wearing number 30 is Darius Collins. Collins, a 6'4" senior. He wears number 30 for the Orediggers of Montana Tech.
Yeah, this should be a really good matchup. Rocky with a lot of momentum. Tech playing about as good a basketball as you can find.
So we are ready to roll. Montana Tech will wear the home whites again for, I think they're brand new, for goodness sake. Rocky wearing the black with green trim. And the Digs will control the tip. Montana Tech into the offensive side, Drew Hughes. The senior, of course, his younger brother signed to play here for Montana Tech earlier in the year, which was great to see. Down underneath, Taylor England. England gets the pass and the points.
That's something that Coach Hyatt does so well. If they win the opening tip, or that first possession of the game, they're going to get a great look.
England knocks down the ball, and Rocky into the offensive zone. This Rocky team puts up a lot of points. They come in averaging 76 a game. Montana Tech actually a little higher at 78 a game. An errant pass as Owens put on the brakes and tried to throw it. His foot slid out from underneath him, and Montana Tech will get the turnover.
Threw it right to Rod James. Happy to have
Hi, Rod.
Happy to have Rod in the house.
So Montana Tech, Belich out wide right. Thanks for joining us here on KBOW. Paul Panisco, Sean Ryan sitting in for Thatcher. Cross court, Hughes wide open on the back door. Great assist from Taylor England. Montana Tech up 4-0 here in the opening moments.
Great vision out of the big man to see Hughes cutting wide open to the basket.
Rocky on that far right side, or left side I should say, comes up top to Hart. Hart into the paint, spins to his right, pulls up, good elevation. Partially blocked, Belich gets a piece of it. Tech the other way. Sindhu Diallo through the lane, attacks, left-handed. Sindhu Diallo puts Montana Tech up 6-0. And we'll get a quick timeout as Montana Tech has scored on all 3 of their opening possessions.
Coach Drykosen, call the timeout, get his team back, settled in, get them figured out. And boy, can we talk about the great atmosphere that the Tech students and football players.
Good crowd, and that's the one thing I love about Drykosen as well, is Dryko is a guy that will interact with him. He'll go over and have fun with the crowd, and Drykosen is a coach that I think understands the college experience. He's been in the game for 22 years, and you think you would almost lose touch with that at times, but he probably understands it better than most.
Well, and you think he interacts with the hooligans. Last year, it must have been torture for him, right, to come play in a quiet gymnasium. And
that was so weird.
Gym, a jersey theme here in the gym for the Montana Tech football players, which is quite the sight.
Jesse Owens into the offensive side. Moving left with it is Robinson. Robinson on the left wing, spins up top, ball comes out. Tech, initially, we're going to get a whistle and a foul underneath. As Owens went to the ground, Hughes came over the top to try and steal it away. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be a push call. And it's going to go on Jesse Owens.
And just a hustle foul there. There's a reason you get 5 in the game. Owens going after the loose ball. He's, kind of took Hughes' lower body out from underneath him.
So Montana Tech will get the ball here and look to bring her down the floor. Diggs leading 6-0 here in the opening moments. Montana Tech on top of the pile in the Frontier Conference, tied up with Carroll College. They'll see them Saturday here on this floor, and we'd better see you here. Inside, Taylor England fights his way to the rack, no good. Defensive rebound cleared out by Santa Stephen. And the Bears the other way. Jesse Owen around a high screen. Down the left side of the paint. Nice take by Owens. No good. Great rebound, Taylor England. Great to see him healthy. Down the floor, Darius Collins. Collins through the lane. Collins. Darius rolls it in.
Wow, great take.
Darius Collins puts the Digs up 8-0 here in the first 2 minutes of the ball game. Jesse Owens down the right side. Spins out to the wing. Tech won the opening match between these two in Billings. As Rocky up top, 3-point shot from downtown, up and out, no good. Nice job by Hart. He took it away from Belich. Nick Hart tips it to himself, puts it in for 2. Rocky is on the board. Montana Tech leading 8-2. Hughes across the timeline. Senior for the Digs. He's going to attack. Takes his way. Hart with the block. Rocky in transition. Santa Stephen gets the pass. Puts it up off the glass high, and Bo Santa Stephen brings his squad within 4. Montana Tech leading 8-4. About 3 minutes gone here in the ball game as both teams starting to gain a little traction here. Into the offensive zone, Sindhu Diallo. Diallo around a high screen, drifts out to the right. Looked at pick and roll, well defended. Belich for 3. Caleb Belich drains it.
Boy, and just shoots the ball so well, especially when he doesn't have somebody out pressuring him. That's a miscue for Rocky defensively.
Belich, a 40% three-point shooter on the year. The Digs up by 7. Attacking down that left side with it is Robinson. Robinson up to Hart. Hart now into the hands of Jesse Owens. Owens, kick back, Santa Stephen for 3. That one goes wide right. Belich with the rebound, gets the elbows up, digs the other way.
Great rebound by Belich. Go up and get that ball in traffic.
Montana Tech into the offensive side. Tech shooting 72%. Make that a little higher. Darius Collins. Collins has 5 points on the day. Collins, one of the best three-point shooters in this conference, as Collins shooting 47% from the three-point line right now.
Yeah, no doubt he was ways behind that line. He's got the brightest shoes in the gym tonight, bright pink.
And a wraparound pass is going to go out of bounds. They'll say out of bounds off of Collins. Rocky basketball here. Substitution as Tayshawn Bradford will check in. Bradford, a strong guard. So he'll check into the ball game. If I remember right, he was starting in one of the guard positions last year.
Yeah, he was. And averaging 11.1 points per game, he's kind of the definition of subbing up for Rocky.
Yeah, good. A nice job as far as a team player when, you go from a starting role to coming off the bench as a sixth man. Says a lot about you. Pull-up jump shot from 12, no good. Taylor England blocking out, gets another rebound. Nice rebound. And back the other way. Sindhu Diallo to Belich. Belich with the wraparound. Boy, it looked like he wasn't going to get to it and somehow gets the fingertips on it. 5 points on the day for Belich. Montana Tech up by 12. Baseline, nice read and a nice finish by Maxim Stevens.
And good help defense there by Darius Collins. Came over trying to draw the charge, but good awareness.
Belich from downtown. The 3 ball doesn't go, but he will go to the foul line. So Caleb Belich will shoot 3 here for the Digs. 15:39 left to play in the opening quarter, or in the opening half, I should say.
Yeah, he almost had the chance at the 4-point play there.
Yeah. Boy, he had time to line that up as well. Montana Tech rolling right now, shooting 78% from the floor.
Well, when you come from a family that shoots threes that well, I don't know. Did Jeff start him out in basketball saying, no, hey, you shoot from behind this line.
I did pose the question several weeks ago, I think like their last home game. And I said that there's a real chance that Ava, his younger sister, is a better three-point shooter, and nobody argued it. They're like, yep, Ava's the best three-point shooter in the family. I do think you have to shoot about 20 free throws to even get breakfast in that house, though.
Yeah, that's part of your chores.
Belich goes 1 of 2. He'll get the ball for one more. An 11-point lead for the Digs. Back of the rim, no good. Belich goes 1 of 3 from the foul line. Rocky with a rebound back the other way. Bears trailing by 11. Bears into the offensive side. They move it around the arc, left wing out to Bradford. Bradford feeds it down to the block. Shot no good from point blank, but an offensive rebound. Kicked out on the wing, right side with it is Baugh. Baugh through the lane, fights his way, shot blocked. Baumstark, but right back to Baugh, and he'll finish. I believe it was Abdul Baugh with the offensive rebound on the putback. Digs up 17-8. Back the other way. Keely Bake into the offensive zone. Bake out of Fairfield. Bake looked at pick and roll. Goes out to Belich. Belich pulls up. Baseline jumper comes up short. Rebound controlled by Rocky. Back in transition they go down the floor. Robinson. Robinson lost it through the lane, but he'll get bailed out. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the whistle is going to go against Montana Tech's
Darius Collins.
Okay. So Collins will get his first. Looks as though, I thought he was going to check out there for a moment. Michael Ewer is getting ready to check in for the Digs. We'll see where he comes in here.
Looks like Belich is going to come out.
Okay. And at the foul line, the first is up and good for K.O. Robinson. So Robinson knocks down the first. So, Derek, I was going to say, it would have been kind of an oddity if Ewer and Collins were on the floor together. I'm not sure I had seen that yet this year. But Collins does go out. Michael Ewer comes in. Across from him is Baumstark. Keely Bake and also Sindhu Diallo are in the key. Outside the arc is Camden Lawrence.
Yep.
And Robinson knocks down his second.
Yeah, and Lawrence, I mean, that's part of this Montana Tech team. They are so deep. They can really throw a lot of bodies out there that can score the basketball with the best of them.
Lawrence is really, the minutes he has played, he has really done great work. He's made a great argument for more time. Around a screen, Keely Bake stops, passes left to Diallo. Diallo moves it up toward the top of the horn, stops right there. Has Ewer on his left, feeds it into the high post to Baumstark. Back up top, Sindhu. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sindhu makes a move and is fouled as Josh Ekman got a piece of him. So Ekman going to pick up the personal team foul number 3.
Ekman played his high school hoops up in Boulder.
Okay. So that will be Oredigger basketball. They'll inbound right in front of the Rocky bench. Michael Ewer will bring it into Diallo. Fresh shot clock after the foul. Diallo out near midcourt. Diallo switches to his left hand. Wants the left side of the key. He'll pull up from the elbow. Hits wide left. Defensive rebound. Rocky coming out with it. Bradford. Rocky trailing by 7. Back into the offensive side. Bradford step back. Fall away jumper from 15 is short. Offensive tip no good. Baumstark tips it. Digs the other way. Diallo quickly, coast to coast. Diallo attacks. Great touch, Sindhu Diallo.
And that was just patience. He took one more dribble and then said, hey, there's nobody going to guard me. I'll take that right to the rack.
It was an odd man rush the other way. Rocky had guys back. They just didn't get a body in his face. 9-point lead, Montana Tech. Wide left with it is Bradford. Bradford up top. They'll move it here on the near side. Out there with it is Baugh. Abdul Baugh. Toward the top of the horn, dribbles left, nice pass down in the block. Sindhu Diallo knocks it out of the hands of Maxim Stevens. Stevens was one of those players a year ago that played really well against Montana Tech. It felt like every time they were on the floor. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 13:40 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 19-10. Frontier Conference action. KBOW Butte with a timeout. We'll take one. We're back after this 1-minute break.
Frontier scores? Other Frontier scores yet? I want to see how those women's games finished up.
Just starting. We got over a lot quicker. Hey, we're back here once again. Montana Tech leading 19-10 over the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. 13:40 left to play here in the first half. High pace back and forth. Tech shooting extremely well right now as they're up to 67% from the floor. Rocky at 30%. Rocky with 2 turnovers. Montana Tech yet to turn it over. Rocky will inbound. Bradford in the corner. 3-point shot. No. Big rebound. Taylor England again. Taylor England planting roots underneath the basketball, or underneath the hoop right now. Around a screen up top, Keely Bake, right side Lawrence. Lawrence with the left hand, drives the lane. Lawrence shot rolls in. Camden Lawrence, the Hellgate Knight, with his first basket of the night, digs up by 11. 7 minutes gone here in the ball game. Rocky up top. They're going to run 4 wide. And attacking, nice take down the left side of the paint. Jesse Owens showing that breakaway speed right there.
Yeah, just a little bit of a mismatch with your guarding him.
Around a screen, Keely Bake up top to your 3-point shot. Looks good, comes up just short. Defensive rebound, Kate Tyson the other way. Tyson across to Owens. Owens steps back outside the arc, drives into the high post. Jump shot from there is up and in. Jesse Owens starting to feel it. Owens has 4 points, back-to-back baskets. The Digs by 7.
Basketball, a game of runs.
Montana Tech going to run 4 wide. Taylor England out to the right side. Keely Bake for 3, no good. So Montana Tech, a couple empty possessions here. Rocky going to try and trim the lead a little more. 7-point lead for the Digs. And running the offense right now is Tyson, Cade Tyson. He and Owens were classmates at Billings West. A tremendous run by those Golden Bears through those years. Backs it out. Tyson driving, spins, puts on the brakes, and just drug that pivot foot. And that will go back to Montana Tech. So substitutions here. Belich will come in. Ewer will go out. Belich will bring it in. In the backcourt, you have Keely Bake. Lawrence still on the floor with Darius Collins and Taylor England for the Digs.
Boy, I really like this lineup. I mean, you've got a lot of offensive firepower, and you got some great defenders on the floor, too.
The one part I just love is how good they are at point. I mean, you look at Hughes and the great job he has done at Montana Tech, and the continual involvement out of Keely Bake is amazing. The inlet pass to Taylor England is knocked away. Rocky in transition the other way. Coast to coast, floater is no good, but an offensive rebound and a putback for Santa Stephen.
Boy, and it all started from the great help, great backside defense from Jesse Owens.
A 5-point lead here for Montana Tech. Diggs looking for points on this possession. Around a screen, Caleb Belich looked at pick and roll. Well defended, goes cross court, now down in the corner, Lawrence. Lawrence baseline, Owens is on him. Comes back up top to Belich, ball fake. Belich around a screen, nice take. Whistle and a foul. They wave the shot, and Belich will be fouled. That's going to go on Santa Stephen.
Yeah, I think it was, I'm not sure if that was on the drive or if it was on them rerouting Taylor England up in the lane. But either way.
11:25 left to play here in the first half. Diggs by 5. Montana Tech looking to bring it in. Pass to England. England goes up, draws the foul. Getting a hand on him was Cale Robinson. Actually, they're going to get it on Owens. That's bigger. Jesse Owens second. That's a big foul for Owens. Picks up his 3rd personal here. And
just looking to see who Rocky goes to on the bench.
We're both sitting here watching Dryco kind of look at his bench, and it looks like they will get him out of there. Taylor England at the line.
He had to play a quick game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but
England knocks down the first. Taylor England, 76% from the foul line here this year. And back in is Nick Hartz. Tyson, or rather Jesse Owens, will go to the bench with 2 personals. We'll see how long he stays out. And at the line, Taylor England for his second. 3 points on the day for Taylor. Free throw attempt number 2 is up and good. 4 points for England. Montana Tech up by 7. Man pressure in the backcourt as Rocky comes into the offensive side. Santa Stephen lost the handle on it, goes to the ground, and he will call a timeout, and Rocky will have possession as Santa Stephen lost the handle on it. He goes to the ground and smartly calls a timeout. 11:18 left to play here in this ball game. As the officials chatted over, we are going to get a full timeout, so we'll take one. Montana Tech leads 23-16. Well, no, now they're going to say it's a short timeout. Well, we're going to keep it here either way. Let's look at other scores. We're all confused here.
I'm very confused here.
Let me get an update here. The other game's just getting started as well. Northern leading Providence on the men's side 7-5. That one about 5 minutes in. And Western and Carroll are knotted up 7 apiece. That's about 3 minutes in. And again, that one is in Helena. So the higher seeded team, if you will, on the women's side got the win across the board. Carroll beat Western on the women's side. Providence beat Northern. And Rocky took down Montana Tech. So you have Rocky and Providence both 6-1 on the women's side. Carroll is 5-2. Then you have Western at Tech and 2-5 and Northern 0-7 on the women's side. We'll talk about the men's more at the half and as this one continues. Tech leads by 7. And Rocky, after the timeout, will inbound on their offensive zone here as Hart will have the inbound. Hart gets the ball, spreads him out. Pass comes into the hands of Ba. Ba switches to the left hand. Quick double team, wants to come back to his right side as he gets it off to Bradford. Bradford feeds it down on the block. Fighting for position, Santa Stephen. I think Taylor England's going to be called with a foul. Yep, England leaning on Santa Stephen. So Taylor's going to pick up his first personal foul. Team foul number 2 is all on the Digs. Rocky will inbound in front of a raucous cheering section.
Boy, a great crowd.
Honestly, the inbound pass in the paint turns. Sky hook is up and out. Big rebound, Sindhu Diallo. Sindhu back the other way. Diallo switch dribble, stops at the arc. Comes up top to England. They move it right side to Hughes. Hughes draws a quick double team. They feed it on the inside to England, 12 feet out. Nice spin move. Taylor England fights up the shot, no good. Battling for the rebound, coming down with it is Robinson. Nice defense, bounce pass to Hart, and Hart will finish. Nice feed by Cale Robinson on the ground.
Yeah,
Nick Hart with 4.
I'd like to see Tech get back to kind of their bread and butter on offense here, but then they turn it over.
Belich lost it through the paint, stolen away, coast to coast, big block. And that one across, underneath, passes up and in. Bradford gets the basket as Darius Collins got a monster block, but it went right back to Rocky, and they got an easy basket.
Right, everybody stopped playing after the block, and Coach Hyatt not a happy camper right now.
Yeah, not at all, as Montana Tech, like I say, a huge block by Darius Collins, tremendous anticipation. He blocked it, but it went right to a Rocky player, and Rocky kept going. I mean, they certainly kept the pedal to the floor, and Montana Tech stopped to admire the block, and an easy 2 points for Rocky, and that brings him within 3. So 23-20, Montana Tech leading by 3. Rocky up to 41% from the floor. Montana Tech at 56%. Collins also out as Bridger Larson here. We have Drew Hughes, Sindhu Diallo, and Caleb Belich on the floor as well for the Digs. Belich will inbound, Hughes controlling. 10:20 left to play here in the first half. Digs by 3. Hughes near side to Belich. Belich hands it off, and he's fouled by Hart. Handed it off to Darius Collins, and Hart had the hand on him. So Hart gets his first. That's team foul number 6 on Rocky, so the next one will put Tech at the line.
Be a lot of free throw shot in the last 10 minutes and 14 seconds of this first half.
Tech will inbound as it comes out to Sindhu Diallo. Switch to the left hand. Diallo hands it off to Belich. Belich out on the right side to Hughes. Hughes outside the arc. Hughes, little stutter step, drives, nice pump fake, goes up, gets hit hard, ball goes out of bounds, and it will remain Tech basketball.
Yeah, Hughes a little frustrated. He thought he drew some contact there,
and that will bring Montana Tech will inbound. Hughes on the baseline, left side of the hoop. 10 on the shot clock, midpoint here of the first half. The inbound in the left corner, Sindhu Diallo for 3, no good. Rocky with a rebound. So Tech leading 23-20, midway point of the first half. Rocky with the basketball. Chance to get closer or possibly tie this one up. Tech grab the first basket and haven't looked back. Ball on the wing, feeds it down inside to Santa Stephen. Spinning right, sky hook, too much on it. And on the rebound, we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Belich was fighting underneath, and he is going to get pushed on the inside. Robinson will get the foul. And Belich will go the other way and shoot some free throws. So Montana Tech is 3 of 5 from the foul line here in the first half. They lead by 3, and they can get some easy points here if they can get some free throws down here over the next 9:38.
That they could, and Rocky's been playing really, really aggressive on the defensive end. Got to see if they keep that up now that they're in foul trouble.
Belich at the line, front half of the bonus is up and good. So Caleb knocks that one down. He has 7 points on the night. He'll shoot one more here for the Digs. A very physical ball game so far, especially in the block. We have seen some monster collisions already. Belich second rattles out. Rocky ball. So Rocky gets it off to Baugh, and Baugh into the offensive zone. 9:30 left to play in the first half. Baugh moving left. Diggs by 4. Wide left, Tyson. Tyson up top to Robinson, around the right side to Hart. Hart back to Robinson. Just inside the arc, Robinson has Collins on him defensively. Hartz drives in, now kicks it back up top to Baugh. Shot clock at 7. Baugh has Diallo on him defensively. Baugh, little stutter step, floater to the rack is too long. Hart gets a huge offensive rebound on the putback.
Yeah, you got to box out there. You know, one of the benefits of that Montana Tech defensive lineup is you can switch everything, but you still got to box out and don't give them second chance opportunities.
Tremendous job by Hart that time. Good anticipation, rebound, and putback. The Bears down by 2. Spinning, Darius Collins goes up, partially blocked, loose, and that's going to be Rocky Ball down the floor to Stevens. Stevens with the right hand rolls it in. We're tied at 24. Stevens with 4 points, and we are tied for the first time here this evening. Montana Tech with the basketball. And a collision, we're going to get a whistle and a foul as Drew Hughes and Nick Hart with the collision. Hughes going to be called with a foul.
Yeah, Montana Tech played just out of sorts the last 4 minutes. It just seems that whether it's the group on the floor not meshing well or little things, but you've got to box out. You've got to continuously, you got to always play defense. And then also, it's little things. You can't afford to make little mistakes and let teams like Rocky back into it.
And Rocky right now taking advantage of kind of the scrappy nature. This is a very physical ball game, and Rocky is the one that is really taking advantage of those kind of street fights in the paint. Inside the key, pass goes out to Hart. Hart drives into the lane, lobs it down in the block. Robinson turns, actually not Robinson there, that's Stevens. Stevens shot no good, Montana Tech the other way. 8 minutes left to play in the first half. Tech into the offensive zone. Out on the edge, Michael Ure steps in, goes in the corner to Lawrence. Lawrence, ball fake. Lawrence comes up top. Has a pass there to Bridger Larson. Back to Lawrence. Double team on him. Pass goes right. Keeley Bake wide open. Keeley's shot goes long. Defensive rebound, Bradford.
Boy, a great look for Montana Tech that time. Keeley usually knocks those down.
Rocky a chance to grab the lead here. Battling Bears wide left, Hartz. Hartz had a nice first half here. He comes up top to Baugh, and Baugh will call out the offense. 7:35 remaining here in the first half. All tied up, 24 apiece. Spinning, Baugh at the three-point line. Has Lawrence on him defensively. Goes into the high post to Stevens. Stevens underneath, backdoor cut. Bradford rolls it in.
Oh, and it's not often that you see a Montana Tech team give up a back cut.
And a 2-point lead for the Bears. Their first lead of the day. Sindhu Diallo goes to the baseline. Bradford on him defensively. Cutting through the paint, knocked out of bounds. Looking for Michael Ure. That one goes out of play and will remain Tech ball in their offensive zone. Taylor England will come in.
And a great cut there by Ure. You know, too much basketball involves just standing around. Cut yourself open. Continuously do that because it opens up lanes. It opens up shooting lanes for other players.
So the Digs will inbound in their offensive zone. Bears by 2. The inbound to Keeley Bake just inside the arc. His jumper goes long. Rocky with a rebound. Bears the other way. Chance to extend their lead out. Boy, Tech knocked everything down they put up in the first 5 or 8 minutes. And now Rocky reeling them in. Rocky shooting 43%. Tech also at 43% right now. Bears pass up top, Stevens. Stevens, left elbow, steps through. Taylor England strips it. England 2-on-2. He'll put on the brakes, wait for his offense, drop it back to Keeley Bake. Bake dribbling on the right wing to Lawrence. 3-point shot, no good. Defensive rebound by Rocky. Tech is 2 of 7 from the 3-point line here tonight.
You'd like to see Tech attack, especially with the Battling Bears being in the bonus. Attack, get yourself more opportunities, shoot free throws.
Maxim Stevens, right side Bradford, around a screen. Bradford wants to attack, has a lane. Bradford shot up and out, no good. Lawrence will come out the other way.
I think Michael Ure might have gotten a fingertip on that one.
Okay. Left side, Lawrence puts on the brakes, spins, wants to make his way, feeds it underneath to Ure. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball knocked away. Here comes Baugh the other way. Baugh leaves it off, wide left. Bradford attacks, shot rolls out, but Bradford going to go to the line. Boy, again, extremely physical ball game here from the Hyper. Bradford slowly getting up. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 1:56 left to play here in the first half. The Bears lead by 2, 26-24. We have a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. The Battling Bears up by 2 over the Digs. We're back here to the Hyper after this 2-minute, or actually 1-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW Butte. Paul Panisco, Sean Ryan here on a Thursday. The Bears leading by 2, 26-24. They have taken advantage of the physical nature of this ball game. You know, Montana Tech really got going in transition, got some great points right out of the gate. They were up 8-0 just like that. And then, you know, it's slowed down a little bit. They started to battle in the block, and Rocky is winning the battle in the paint right now.
Absolutely. You know, and they've got 7 offensive rebounds to Montana Tech's 1. And they're outscoring Tech 10-0 in second chance points.
That's huge. At the line, Bradford's first is up and good. And so Bradford, a 60% foul line shooter, gets his first down.
It's not very often that a Montana Tech team gets one out-rebounded, but that allows another opponent to get up more shots than they have. You know, Rockies attempted 29 total field goals. Tech just 23.
Bradford's second is good. He has 6 points on the night. The Bears go up by 4, their biggest lead of the contest. And Rocky will bring a little man pressure. Ba will kind of shadow Sindhu Diallo down the floor. Diallo into the offensive side here on the lefts. Baumstark sets the screen, looked at pick and roll, comes here to Belic for 3. Belic rattles out, no good. Baumstark goes up for the rebound, but it looks like he's going to be called for the foul on the rebound.
No, they're going to call it on Ekman for Rocky. Yeah, Baumstark did a great job of still securing the rebound. He got pushed about 2 feet to his left.
So Baumstark will go to the line. Glad you caught it, because I obviously missed it. From my angle, I just saw Baumstark, 4 feet over the head and shoulders over the guard there.
Let me tell you, if he wasn't 6'9", he probably wouldn't have got that rebound.
Baumstark will knock down his first.
I was talking to Cody today. I think he's getting taller. Where I'm getting shorter. That actually is probably more
I'm just not even going to go there.
More realistic.
Yeah, Baumstark's second. He is up and in. Cody Baumstark took the PE. Gosh, what was it? Right at the beginning of basketball season, like November, December, was passed his PE exam, which is tremendous news for that young man. Rocky to the wing, 3-point shot. Cade Tyson no good. Rebound out of bounds. And that will be Rocky ball. Baumstark tipped it. It goes out of play. Rocky will keep it in their offensive zone. 5:30 left to play here in the first half. The Bears up by 2, 28-26. And Rocky will inbound it here. We'll get you the scores in the other Frontier games here in a moment. Pass comes all the way up top to Stevens. Maxim Stevens looking for a little help. Hands it off there into Jesse Owens. Owens out near midcourt. He sends Tyson in motion. Owens drifts left. Tried to enter into the high post. It's knocked away. Shot clock at 4. Owens stops, kicks it left to Stevens. 1. He gets it away at the shot clock buzzer. And the shot no good. Montana Tech with a rebound. Good defensive stand there by the Digs.
And a much better job boxing out. It wasn't the best box out, but it gave enough time for Cody Baumstark to secure it.
Sindhu Diallo down the left side of the paint, drives into the double team, puts on the brakes, jump ball, possession arrow will go to the Bears. So Sindhu Diallo gets stood up in the paint, and the possession arrow will favor the Bears.
Yeah, plenty of hands on it.
Yep. Let's say a nearly triple team down there in the block.
And Coach Drykosen wants to travel, but you can't travel if you got more than one set of hands on the basketball.
So Rocky into the offensive zone. They lead by 2, 28-26. Pass to the left elbow, Stevens. Kicks it out right side. Spinning up top with it, Owens. Owens passing to his right. Wants to enter, instead comes back up top. Jesse Owens controlling, running the point here. Owens, a little switch dribble. Draws the quick double team. Shot clock down to 5. Baseline pull-up jumper 15 is short. Rebound Baumstark. Montana Tech the other way.
Good defense there by Belic. Got a real good hand up high to contest.
Montana Tech back the other way. Keeley Bake running the point. Passes left to Lawrence. Lawrence left wing. Down to Belic. Belic one-on-one. Now draws the double team. Ball stripped away. And coming away with it is Ekman. Ekman's pass taken by Sindhu Diallo. 4-on-3. Diallo around a screen to Bake. Bake in the corner. 3-point shot is good. Keeley Bake drains it.
What a great defensive possession leading to quick 3 points.
Keeley Bake, 38% 3-point shooter on the year. Knocks down his first tonight. Digs by 1. 29-28. Only our second lead change. Rocky in the corner. 3-point shot blocked. Lawrence back to the rim. No. Loose on the ground. Sindhu Diallo comes out with it. Lawrence with a block. Diallo, stutter step, lost the handle, picks it back up, kicks it up top to Bake, and Tech will readjust. 3:30 remaining here in the first half. Montana Tech by 1, 29-28. Keely Bake slips, three-point shot. Bake drains another one.
Averaging 7 points a game for Montana Tech, and they always seem like they're the biggest 7 points of any game.
Pete, I completely agree. His points almost always feel like they're momentum-changing points somehow.
Pride of Fairfield.
3:17 left to play here in the first half. The Digs by 4, and with the timeout, we'll take one. We're back here to the Hyper after this 1-minute timeout. .317 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 32-28. The other games on the men's side, Northern leading Providence in Havre 23-17, that one of the Armory. And the other game going on in Helena, Carroll College leading Western 24-17, as those obviously both in the first half as well. We're a little farther along than both of those. Rocky will inbound. Baugh has Sindhu Diallo come down to play a little man on the inbound. Actually, Montana Tech bringing some pretty significant man pressure here on the inbound. Bradford gets it. He'll hand it off to Nick Hartz, and Hart down the floor. Coach Drykosen not happy about something. Baugh moves it left side. Santa Steven. Cade Tyson. Tyson looking for help. Comes here on the near side to Baugh. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Baugh stops. Belich on him defensively. Switch dribble. Into the high post. Stop. Nice leaner. Comes up well short. And here comes Sindhu Diallo the other way.
Great defense by Montana Tech. Forced him in a tough shot.
Diallo around a screen, looked at pick and roll, moves it out to Keely Bake on the wing, back up top Diallo. Tech by 4, they lob it into Baumstark, big collision, and Rocky comes out with it, Bradford through the lane, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Sindhu Diallo tried to get back defensively.
And he did.
So Sindhu Diallo, I did not see the call from the officials, so a charge call will go to Bradford. Great job by Sindhu Diallo drawing the charge as he gets back defensively. That's huge.
It stops a lot of momentum that was heading Rocky's way.
2:32 left to play here in the first half. The Digs by 4, 32-28.
And you will not find a better defensive play than taking a charge. It's a foul against them. It's a turnover.
Belich up around the arc, left side, Keely Bake. Belich rips through the paint. Instead, it comes up top to Diallo. Diallo behind the back at the foul line. Pulls up, gets high elevation, shot no good. Rebound controlled by Tyson. And here come the Battling Bears back the other way. Hart made his way from the top of the key, hit the turf, and slid away. Sindhu Diallo going to be called with a foul. That's his first. Team foul number 5 is all on the Digs.
Tech's played pretty good defense and not giving up a lot of fouls. You know, just 5 team fouls so far. It means they're playing smart. They're playing within themselves.
Rocky with it, and especially with how physical this is, I'm surprised we don't have more fouls on both sides, truthfully. Cade Tyson wide left. Tyson puts it down with the right hand. Shot clock at 12 to Bradford. Bradford in the high post. Back to Hart. Hart, little switch dribble. Nice spin. Goes to his right. Leans into the defender. And Belich going to get called for it. Boy, Hart dropped the shoulder and the head and leaned into Belich hard. And I wonder if the official's even a little bit closer to the sideline rather than the baseline. You wonder if that's a different call. But he was kind of on the backside of Belich to make that call.
Yeah, I think Belich left his feet. You know, and that's probably the only reason it got called is he left his feet. He didn't maintain legal guarding position because he didn't jump straight up, right? Nobody jumps straight up anymore. He jumped at him, and then Hart drawing the foul.
And that's where I didn't realize he left his feet. I thought he was still on the ground. We're at the Thanksgiving table where we have the You know, we can't really see the floor a whole lot here. Hart goes 2 of 2 from the line. He has 8 points.
Ball goes out of bounds on this sideline. It's anybody's guess.
Well, I'm really short, too. 1:45 left to play in the first half. Keely Bake across the timeline. Bake moving to his left. Stops. Boy, just breaks the ankle of his defender here on the near side to Diallo. Diallo going to take it to the rack. Diallo fights his way to the rim and rolls it in. Diallo with 6 points. His first points in about 10 minutes. Montana Tech leading 34-30. Rocky down the floor into the offensive side. Baugh wide left. Baugh around a high screen, continues to move right. Baugh had a little lane there for a moment, drives into the paint, feeds it underneath. Nice shot, good separation by Bo Santasteven. He has 6 points. Santasteven, the young man out of Big Fork. And he rolls in his 3rd basket of the day. Keely Bake, top of the key, left wing, hands it off. Drew Hughes, both point guards on the floor here right now. Keely Bake, bottom left corner. Cade Tyson on him defensively. Rolls it in, baseline. And a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be an offensive as Bridger Larson will pick up the personal. And Rocky will get the ball back. 52 seconds remaining here in this first half.
The hooligans are letting Coach Billy D have it. Absolutely. And he's giving it,
He's giving it back. He
Give him the
loves it.
point.
45 seconds remaining in the first half. The Bears down by 2. Montana Tech up 34-32. Baugh comes here on the near side to Hart outside the arc. Hart drops it there. Around a screen, Bradford. Bradford, huge elevation. Jump shot no good. Sindhu Diallo with a rebound. Sindhu back the other way. That's rebound number 5 on the day for Sindhu.
About a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock here.
So the Digs will look to burn a lot of it as they come into the offensive zone. Baugh defensively on Sindhu Diallo out in the center circle. 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Diallo makes his move to his right, puts on his brakes, comes back to the left wing, picks up his dribble, passes left to Hughes. 5 seconds. Hughes into the lane. Hughes fights his way to the rim and draws the foul. Strong take by Hughes. My goodness, Drew Hughes, man on a mission through the key that time. Drove into the triple team and somehow still got the shot away.
Yeah, if you talk to, Coach Weshy at Bozeman High, he's the one guy that he really shakes his head at going, I wish I could have gotten him to play football. I mean, he played basketball in high school with that same physicality that he does now. There's a lot of times Drew's going to get to the bucket whether you're standing there or not.
Yeah. Drew Hughes at the line. Montana Tech, 7 of 10 from the foul line here today. Digs by 3. 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Christian Jones will check in. Talked about Cody Baumstark passing his PE earlier in the year. Christian Jones did as well.
Yeah, Christian, been a great student out of Laurel.
Boy, big time. And second, no good. Rocky across midcourt, and the shot from there, no good. We have 1 half in the books, and Montana Tech leads by 3, 35-32, as the Digs up over the Battling Bears here on your hometown station, KBOW Buttes. We'll take a timeout. We'll give you the numbers and more after this 2-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW Buttes. Paul Panisco, head coach Carly Sandin from the Montana Tech ladies joining me, Coach. Great to see you. This whole home game thing has to be a new experience. I thought you probably figured this is just a practice facility.
I know. We haven't had a home game since December 3rd.
It's insane.
It's been a long time, so it was nice to play at home and not have to travel. We've been doing a lot of traveling, so it was nice to be home tonight.
You know, you come into this ball game with Madison Allen out, not running your points. That puts Allie Cleverly kind of under the spotlight, if you will, running the point. She played outstanding in the first half. And then I thought Brooke Hagee was fantastic. You know, you look at her first half stats, she had 6 points. I don't remember what her rebounds were at the first half, but the other stuff she did so well. She's blocking out. She just controlled the key, especially in that first half for you ladies.
You know, she did. Last week, Thursday, she had, 19 points and really played well for us up at Northern, and I think that carried over into tonight's game. And I think she went 5 for 9 from the field, so, we got to figure out how we can get her more catches in the post. They did start to double her there in the second half because she is such a presence, but that also will open up, for our outside shooters too if they're going to start doubling. So we just have to be ready, and she has to know that when it's coming, we got to get it back, inside out action.
Yeah, Molly started hot, and I've always been a fan of, even in high school and beyond, when Molly hits the first couple, it just gets exciting because she's one of those true shooters where when she hits early, you can just imagine that rim gets huge. It's just bigger and bigger, and she came out quickly, and I thought they responded well, keeping her from any kind of look, especially in the second half.
Yeah, they started really trying to make her bounce it. They didn't want to give her any room, which she did attack the rim, and that helped us a little. But it comes down to, turnovers. We just cannot turn the ball over. We kind of beat ourselves when we turn it over 20 times. I think the stats were they scored 20 points off of our turnovers, 12 points off of old boards, and 4 points in the break, and that's a big number right there. When we played them in December of last year, it's weird to say last year, I guess it was this season, but in 2021, we gave up a ton of points in transition. Fly would get the rebound and get down the court, and I thought we did a really good job of getting back, getting that stopped. And, we have been holding teams to under 10-0 boards a game the last few games. And so to have 13 was kind of a lot for us, and they scored on them. And I know they hit a 3 on one of them, and those are kind of heartbreakers when you play such good defense and then give up. And then, when we were driving, we were just getting too deep and trying to make that extra pass, and it's too late. We were fumbling it. And things we got to get fixed. In the first half, we held Fly to 4 points, and she's a great player. And in that second half, she ended with 21. She got going, but a lot of it was those 2 breaks off of our turnovers, and things that we just got to make sure that we shot well. Yeah. But we can't turn it over 20 times.
Yeah, and it felt like their old boards came in bunches. It wasn't just one here and then a little ways and one. It would be a series where they'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'd get 5, 6 looks, and it almost would feel like those kind of back-breaking possessions where you played so well to run the clock down like 4 times, and they would reset the shot clock with an old board, bring it back, and those felt like they weighed a lot on you as the ball game went on.
They did, and I think, you play so hard, and then we just don't get it. And we talked about that, we boxed out, but then nobody would just go grab it, having that instinct to go. And so we got to get better at that. And, obviously they're good. They're 15th in the country for a reason. They were number 1 in the Frontier. They're very good at the guard position. I think they scored 32 or something between their 1 and 2. Yep. And then they got a little lift from players here and there, but they're really talented. And for us, it doesn't get any easier. We got the number 6 ranked team coming in on Saturday, and again, against them, we turned it over a lot, so we just got to make sure that we're taking care of the ball and got to bounce back, because we finally got 2 home games in a row.
There you go. Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate your time, and like you say, Saturday is going to be a big day. Remember, they're 2 and 4 o'clock games, and the ladies will play at 2, the men will follow at 4. Saturday, as the Saints will be in town getting ready for round number 2.
Yep.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks.
Coach Carly Sandin, ladies and gentlemen, KBOW. Let's do this. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll give you the numbers and more after this 2-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again. Frontier Conference action on your hometown station, KBOW Butte. My thanks to Coach Carly Sandin coming over and chatting as always. The other games on the men's side right now, Northern really stretching it out over Providence, 41-21, leading by 20 as they go into the second half there. And the other game has Carroll leading Western by 11, 44-33, both of those games at half. So Northern, great run to jump that out to 20 over Providence when I want to say it was high single digits the last time I'd looked.
Well, and you got to say that's a testament to the Armory and the environment they built there.
Yeah.
I mean, those people love hoops on the High Line, and they've got a really good team this year. Coach Hughes has done a great job with them, and Providence is a team that got better at break.
Well, there isn't a team in this conference that you don't go, they are better than they were 2 weeks ago, or they're a team that can absolutely staple someone. And that's kind of where I'm at with Western. Western is in the bottom of the pile right now on the men's side, but I still think they can take third place in this conference easy. Right. They're 1-5, and obviously they have one forfeit loss. They have a forfeit win. Do they have two forfeit losses?
Two forfeit losses, yeah.
A tough break for them, and that's. I don't know. I mean, that's a discussion for another time. But whether those games should be replayed or not, just the forfeit losses certainly are a very tough situation and certainly a hard pill to swallow. But that's the rule of the conference, and that's the way we play.
It is, and you just got to say that's how crazy this league is. I mean, it could happen to anybody at any time. And Western, looking at the preseason power poll, where they were voted towards the bottom of the men's power poll, 5th out of 6th. And I watched them earlier in the year, and you go, well, this is a team that could win a lot of games. And they're a team that they get in that conference tournament. They could get hot. They could play with anybody.
Yeah, they're a team. I believe JT had them 4th, if memory serves correct, 3rd or 4th in the JT power poll.
Right, and but I think he changed that too because
I think he has.
Because Providence was without some returners that he thought were going to come back.
Yep.
But it just goes to show that every night is going to be a knockdown drag-out between a lot of these teams. And speaking of knockdown drag-out, these two teams have played so physical.
And that's when I sit here and watch a game like this, I always wonder if that level of play is going to be continued out of the locker room. And by that I mean, are the officials going to let that level of play continue, or are they going to try and kind of wrestle it in a little bit? And if they do to try and kind of contain it a little bit, the team that reacts the quickest will be at a big advantage because that first half was really physical.
Really physical. And, there's a lot of times and there's a lot of philosophies for basketball that say, hey, come out and play as aggressive and as hard as you can for the first 5 minutes, and that sets the tempo of the game. So that second half, this first 5 minutes is going to be incredibly important because you're going to find out, hey, are they calling the hand check? Are they calling the little bit of a body bump? Are they calling freedom of movement? Because if they're not, advantage to whichever team picks up on that earlier.
Let's run you through the numbers here. We'll start things off for the Battling Bears. Their leading scorer right now, Nick Hart, the junior, really had a nice first half. 2 field goals in the first 10 minutes. He had a field goal, 2 of 2 from the foul line as well. Tayshawn Bradford with 6. Jesse Owens gets 4 points. Maxim Stevens with 4 points. Abdul Ba with 2. Robinson with 2. And Santa Steven with 6 points on the day for the Battling Bears. Tech has to be happy with Ba with only 2 points. He averages 14. Stevens averages 15. He sits with 4 after the first half. On the other side for Montana Tech, really spreading it out. They have 8 different guys scoring as well. No one in double digits. They're led by Caleb Bellich with 7. Bellich averages 15 a game. He sits nearly halfway there. He is 2 of 5 from the foul line. His dad's going to have something to say about that. He has a 3-pointer, also a field goal inside. 7 points on the day for Bellich. Sindhu Diallo has 6 points. I want to say all of those right to the rack. Camden Lawrence, a field goal for 2. Keeley Bake, 2 3-pointers for 6. Taylor England with 4 points. He has a field goal, 2 of 2 from the foul line. And I'll tell you, anytime he has touched the ball tonight, he has gotten the tar beat out of him. It has been crazy physical inside. Drew Hughes with 3. He has a field goal, 1 of 2 from the line. Darius Collins, 5 points, 1 3-pointer, 1 inside as well. And Baumstark is 2 of 2 from the foul line for Montana Tech in the first half. Team-wise, Rocky shot 34% in the first half. Montana Tech at 43%. Rocky did take 10 more shots than Montana Tech did in that first half, which is a crazy number. Rocky, 5 turnovers. Montana Tech was 6. Speaking of crazy numbers, very rarely do they have more turnovers than their opponent at any point in a basketball game. And right now, Tech with 6 turnovers. Coach Hyatt not going to be happy with that at all. Rocky out-rebounding Tech by a pretty wide margin as well. 24 total rebounds. They have 8 offensive rebounds, 16 defensive. They have 10 second chance points off of those 8 offensive rebounds. For Montana Tech, 16 total rebounds, 2 offensive, 14 defensive. 0 second chance points for Montana Tech with those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, you talk about numbers like the turnovers will make Coach Hyatt visibly upset, but it's the rebounding, I think, that is really gonna light a fire under him, and I'm sure that fire was well lit in the locker room because you don't give up offensive rebounds to a team like this. Rocky's they're talented enough that you don't need to give them second chance opportunities.
They're just too athletic inside. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. It isn't one guy or 2 even. I mean, anybody on the floor, if you're going to give them offensive rebounds, they're going to try and make you pay, and more than likely are.
Right, and I'll go to the JT school of, how to play basketball the right way, but anybody can box out. Yeah. Not everybody can rebound, but everybody can box out. That's what Montana Tech needs to do.
So the Digs lead by 3. Darius Collins will bring it in here for Montana Tech. Also out, you've got a little chatting going on as we get ready to bring it in. Collins into the backcourt to Hughes. I love it. So Drew Hughes will start it off. Montana Tech left to right on your radio dial, getting the second half underway. Montana Tech by 3. Hughes, as he comes up top, moves it right to Collins. Collins inside. Montana Tech into Taylor England. England fighting his way to the basket. Turns into a loose triple team. Puts up the skyhook. No good. Rebound, Rocky. Boy, they are physical with him today. They do not want him getting points in the paint.
No, they're gonna do their best to make sure that Taylor works for everything he gets.
Jesse Owens out near midcourt. Owens comes here on the near side to Robinson. Robinson, little head fake, hands it off. Whoop, fakes the handoff to Hart and instead gives it off to Ba. Ba attacks, and he gets it in. That's a strong take by Abdul Ba.
Remember what we were talking about, physicality?
They're going to let it go. Mm-hmm. They're going to let it go. Tech leads by 1. That felt like about 4 minutes of a UFC fight there for a second. Sindhu Diallo around the arc, left side. 3-point shot. Darius Collins, back of the rim, no good. Big rebound, Santa Steven. And here comes Rocky in transition. Ba on the right wing. Ba's going to pop. Ba, front of the rim, no good. And here come the Digs the other way. Ba and Sindhu Diallo in a little jawing match here. Sindhu Diallo's going to take it. Nice. Great move. Sindhu Diallo. Boy, a little Euro step through the paint. Sindhu Diallo with 8 points.
And he just takes such long strides, too. He just really separated himself from the defense.
Jesse Owens back the other way. Moves it around the arc. Right side to Hartz. Hartz way outside the arc. Fires it into Santa Steven. Shot blocked. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And lucky that there isn't a technical called here, as Taylor England going to be called with the foul. He slammed the ball on the ground. And boy, I'm telling you, if Coach has a heck of an argument over there, because he rifled the ball off the ground, and any other gym, that is going to be a technical foul.
That ball only got to about 8 feet. If that ball gets to 12 feet, that's a whack. I mean.
And at the line, Santa Steven knocks down the first. He has 7 points. Taylor England picks up his third personal foul. And Santa Steven will get ready for his second. Coach Drykosen really reading the officials the riot act off that.
He uses all 28 feet of that coach's box.
No joke. Santa Steven's second is no good. And I'll tell you, I'd have been right next to him if I was wearing Rocky green after that one. Drew Hughes, top of the key, passes left. Driving, Belich, no-look pass, nice feed inside. Taylor England will finish. England has 6.
That's what Caleb needs to get going.
4-point lead for the Digs. Jesse Owens, switch dribble in the key. Follow-away jumper from 8 is short. Defensive rebound, Montana Tech. Belich comes out with it. He'll slow down, actually down the floor just too far. He was trying to lead it to Darius Collins too deep. Turnover to Rocky. Santa Steven wide open 3, wide right, tipped up top. Baugh gets another look, and he puts it down. So Baugh off the offensive rebound drains it. Baugh has 7. He averages 14 a game, and the Digs by 1.
Yeah, those second chance opportunities are really coming back to bite Montana Tech.
39-38, Montana Tech leads by a point. Now a steal is down the other way. They feed it to Hart. Hart underneath, nice alley-oop to Robinson, and Robinson will finish, and the Bears grab the lead back.
And Coach Drykosen, I'm not sure that he even wants to talk to his team during the timeout. He wanted to talk to the hooligans.
3 minutes gone here in the second half. We have a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one. Montana Tech trailing by 1, 40-39 to the Battling Bears. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this 1-minute break. Hey, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Frontier Conference action, KBOW Buttes. Ball Panisco, Sean Ryan, 7:19 left to play here in the ball game. The Bears grab the lead back, 40-39. That is our fourth lead change is all here in this ball game. And after the timeout, Coach Hyatt, a little hot. And Montana Tech will inbound here. So Belich will look to bring her down. And full court pressure applied by Rocky. So Belich, pass comes into Hughes in the backcourt. Hughes far side of the floor, comes here on the near side to Sindhu Diallo. Sindhu Diallo across the timeline. 3 minutes gone here in the second half. Belich back to Sindhu. Diallo has a lane. Diallo slams it home. Sindhu Diallo has 10.
I'm not sure if that was a design play or not, but
looked it.
Design a play, just give it to Sindhu.
Fifth lead change of the ball game. Tech up 41-40. Hart through the lane to Santa Steven on the baseline. Santa Steven dribbles out, comes back all the way up into the hands of Baugh. Baugh moving right, steps back. Baugh wants to lob it down inside to Santa Steven, does give it to him. Santa Steven turning, good defensive pressure through the double team. Shot blocked, loose on the ground, picked up by Hart, and the ball comes loose. Montana Tech gets it.
This game is so physical right now.
It's almost getting to that point where it needs to be rolled in. Somebody With how physical it is under the basket, you just don't want someone to get hurt. I mean, that time there were 3 guys on the floor. Drew Hughes near side. Sindhu Diallo. Montana Tech leading 41-40. Looked to pick and roll. Instead goes to Hughes in the corner. Hughes with the left hand drives into the high post. He's going to go all the way down, pulls up, whistle and a foul. I like Drew Hughes' aggression to the basket tonight. I mean, it isn't every play down the floor. He's taken it 3 or 4 times, and every time it has paid dividends.
Yeah, he's one of those players that he doesn't need to get a ton of shots to affect the game.
Yeah.
He can break the press. He can get the ball in the right hands. And then at certain times, he just something of a switch flips, and he just says, okay, I'm going to take this guy one-on-one.
Hughes first, rattles around, falls out. Tech leading 41-40. Substitutions. Baumstark will come in. Taylor England will go to the bench. He'll get a much-needed breather. My goodness, it is so physical in the block. Holy moly.
Yeah, I've been to football games that haven't been this physical.
So Hughes second. Good. So Hughes gets 1 of 2. He has 4 points on the day. And Rocky with the basketball. Down the floor with it, Jesse Owens. Owens through center circle. Calling for a little bit of help up top. Owens passes right to Nick Hartz. Hartz moves it left to Robinson. Robinson back into the hands of Owens. Owens pass on the right wing. Great move by Baugh. Baugh to the baseline. Fall away jumper is up and in. Nice stroke. Maxim Stevens. Stevens has 6 points.
Yeah.
He averages 15.
The guy stands 6'8". If he can knock down that short corner jumper.
Sindhu Diallo coast to coast again. Boy, again, they gave him a lane. This time he goes with the left hand. Diallo with a dozen. Tech grabs the lead back. Left side, Rocky almost lost it out of play. Baugh controlling. Baugh to the wing. Baugh drives into the lane. Floater is up. He gets it in the foul. Drew Hughes will be called with the personal. So Hughes gets his second personal foul, and Baugh will go to the line shooting 1.
Boy, this game is, you got 15 minutes left. It's tied 44 all. You feel like we're going to need all 15 minutes of this one.
Truly. And we're going to run out of fouls. I mean, we're going to have some people sitting by the end of this thing. Baugh at the line. Chance at a 3-point play. He has 9 hard-fought points. Free throw, no good, but a huge rebound by Hart. Hart kicks it out to Owens. Owens for 3, no good. And Baumstark goes huge, but he is going to be tied up, and the possession arrow will favor Rocky.
Boy, there's a lot of times that you want to come into practice or you want to be around the program. Tomorrow, when these guys watch film on how many offensive rebounds they've given up to Rocky, it's not going to be one of those days.
The scrappy nature is leading toward Rocky is leading it right now. When the ball goes to the ground, they're the ones getting after it first. The inbound knocked out of play, and that will be Rocky ball. It looks like Sindhu the last to touch it.
Yeah. And it's not very often that you see, a Coach Hyatt team that he's been coaching the Frontier Conference for how long, whether it was at Westminster or here, be kind of out-scrappied, if that's a verb I can use.
I'm with it. The inbound, Jesse Owens. Owens enters to the left elbow. Robinson, double team, follow away jumper. That one's going to go wide right. Baumstark gets the rebound. Baumstark gets the elbows up, gets the ball away. Keely Bake lost the handle. He was looking for his teammates, just lost the handle. It goes out of bounds. Rare turnover for the Digs. As Keely Bake will lose it. That's turnover number 10 for Montana Tech. And that number way beyond where they're normally at, only averaging about 7 a game coming into this. And they're at 10 with 15 minutes remaining in the ball game, and a lot of that is pressure applied by Rocky.
And I honestly think that might be the first actual turnover that I've seen Keely Bake have.
Around a screen, floater to the rack is up and out for Jesse Owens. Sindhu Diallo with a rebound. Sindhu down the floor, stops, bounce pass to the baseline. He goes to Lawrence. Back out top, Sindhu. Tie ball game at 44. Sindhu Diallo has Cade Tyson leaning on him, and Tyson will pick up the personal. That's only team foul number 2 on Rocky here in the second half. And we'll get a substitution in here quickly. 44-44 our score. Lawrence will check in. Michael Ure is in as well. So you have Sindhu Diallo, Ure, Baumstark, Lawrence, and also Keely Bake on the floor.
Haven't seen a lot of Baumstark and Ure on the floor at the same time.
Yeah. 6 minutes gone here in the second half. Michael Ure, right wing, puts on the brakes, comes back up top, Sindhu Diallo. Diallo, switch dribble on the right wing. Good defensive pressure. Sindhu for 3, drains it.
Wow,
And
what
like
a
I
shot.
said, there was great defensive pressure on him. He goes up, elevates, and drains it. Back into the offensive side. Diggs grabbed the lead back. The 7th lead change of this contest. Rocky with it. Through the lane. Pass left. Stepping out of bounds is Cade Tyson. That's the 2nd time he has stepped out of bounds in the corner. He dropped that drop foot, and that will be a turnover to the Diggs. 13:53 left to play in the ball game. Montana Tech leads 47-44. Frontier Conference action here from the Hyper, an intense ball game. We have a timeout. We'll take one. We're back after this 1-minute timeout. (47-44) our score. Montana Tech leads by 3. 14 minutes remaining in the ball game. The other game's underway. It looks as though Northern leading Providence 48-25. So Northern really cracking that one open up to the Armory. And also Carroll leading Western 46-35. The game in Havre about 5 minutes gone in the second half. The game in Helena about 2 minutes gone in the second half.
Look for the Diggers to hit Diallo here. He's got nine of his 15 points here in the second half. He scored 9 of the Diggers' 12 points here in this half.
Montana Tech left side. Lawrence behind the back. Lost the dribble for a minute. He'll step back looking for help. Trying to get the ball to Sindhu. Sindhu Diallo gets it. 10 on the shot clock. Little switch dribble. Double team in the deep corner. Knocked out of bounds. Good defense that time. Cale Robinson swats it out. So Tech will inbound with 9 on the shot clock. Michael Ure with the inbound duties. Sindhu Diallo, Cody Baumstark stacked up in front of him. Keely Bake on the far side with Camden Lawrence on the far side of the floor. Shot clock at 6. Sindhu Diallo through the double team. Whistle and a foul. And for Rocky, it's a good foul because otherwise he went right to the rack and got 2. And Abdul Ba will pick up his first personal foul. Tech will get a fresh shot clock here with 20, and they'll get another look at it.
Yeah, that was 1 foul to prevent 2 points.
Yeah. Keely Bake, bounce pass up top, taken away. Nice steal by Stevens. Now Baumstark steals it back. And now we're going to get a timeout. Nice coach timeout, as Coach Adam Hyatt calls that, as Cody Baumstark falls on that basketball. Coach Adam Hyatt jumps up and calls a very quick timeout.
Yeah, and that's a good timeout, you know, and that turnover isn't necessarily on Bake, it's on Baumstark. He didn't sprint up to the ball to come get it on their come-together action. It'll be interesting to see how long Coach Hyatt leaves England. He leaves Collins. He leaves Hughes on the bench.
Yeah, and they've been there for a few at this point. We'll see where we're at. As of right now, team numbers, Montana Tech still shooting 49%, but Rocky's shooting 36%. But Rocky has 15 more shots than Tech does. The Digs lead by 3 right now. Rocky is 18 of 50 from the floor. Montana Tech is 17 of 35. Otherwise, three-point line, Rocky 1 of 10. Tech is 5 of 12 from downtown. And the turnover number is a big one. Turnovers, Montana Tech has 10 turnovers. Rocky with 7. And then rebounds starting to get a little closer. Rocky's still out rebounding Montana Tech 28-22 so far in this ball game. Otherwise, as we look down through here, as you mentioned, Sindhu having a big second half. He has 15 points, 9 of those here in the second half. On the other side, Abdul Ba has come out of his shell a little bit. Ba averages 14 a game. He sits at 9 right now, 7 of those here in this second half.
Yeah, this is a Rocky team too, and I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but having Baumstark and having Michael on the floor, it's because Rocky has 2 really skilled bigs. They have bigs in.
Yeah, you're looking at Stevens, Santa Steven, and Robinson all
Right.
kind of are able to get down on the block.
All about 6'6" to 6'8". They shoot the ball well. They also defend well. It's an interesting matchup, and I can see why this Rocky team has caused problems with other teams in the league.
Montana Tech into the offensive zone. Keely Bake hands it off there to Lawrence. Lawrence passes left. Sindhu Diallo. Diallo drives down the right side of the paint. Whistle and a foul. Baugh is going to be called with the hand. So Baugh will pick up his second. Few more whistles here over the last few. Is that a situation where the officials came together and went, all right, we need to kind of slow this down a little bit? Or?
Yeah, like you got a rabid dog on a leash. You need to rein it in.
7 minutes gone here in this second half. The inbound knocked out by Hart. I've been very impressed with Nick Hart tonight. I think Hart has played out of his mind for the Battling Bears. 8 points, and I don't even think that touches what he has done rebounding and defensively. Hart has been strong.
Yeah, he's, definitely one of their most valuable players in affecting the game in every facet.
Keely Bake gets the inbound, dribbles out near midcourt. 7 minutes gone here in the second half. Montana Tech by 3. We're going to get a whistle and a foul away from the ball.
That's going to go against Cale Robinson.
Robinson's going to get his third. Fourth, excuse me. So Robinson's fourth.
Yeah.
That's team foul number 5. So the Bears actually went, it was like 5-6 minutes. They only had 2 fouls, and now they have really stacked some up. They're up to 5.
Boy, and they're going to leave Robinson in. No, they're not.
Nope, they'll bring him out. So Robinson will go out. Hartz had sat down for about 3 seconds. He is back in. And Montana Tech with a basketball. 13 minutes remaining in the ball. Keely Bake out to Lawrence, left side, comes up top, Baumstark. Baumstark moving right. Sindhu Diallo. Diallo to the baseline to Baumstark. Ball fake. Baumstark in the key. Ball fake again. Kicks it left. 3-point shot is up and short. Lawrence with the offensive glass. Back up, blocked, loose, and stepping out of bounds. It's going to be Rocky ball. That ball got blocked out towards the baseline. Tech steps on the baseline with the ball. Turn over to Rocky.
Boy.
They're reeling it in, if you will, but it is still crazy physical. Taylor England is back in. Baumstark will go out. So Michael Ure also out of Sindhu Diallo, Camden Lawrence, Keely Bake, and Taylor England for the Digs. Baugh into the offensive side, into the high post. Hart pulls up from 10. No. Whistle and a foul. So the whistles are coming quicker here. Keely Bake will pick up the personal. And Nick Hart at the line. Nick Hart's 8 points on the day, the 6'4" junior.
Boy, this is it's amazing to watch this game. Just every possession there literally could be a foul.
Yeah.
It's that physical.
Nick Hart, a junior out of Los Angeles, California, gets his first down. I brought it up just a moment ago, but I've been extremely impressed with Nick Hart here today. His second rattles out, blocking out. Taylor England gets the rebound.
And that's a good welcome sign for Montana Tech. Have Taylor back out on the floor. Cody Baumstark does great things, but there's only one Taylor England.
That's it. 2-point lead for the Digs. Ure left side. Keely Bake. Bake drives around a screen. Bake to the rack. Nice take, Keely Bake.
Great take, and he just absorbed the contact of the defender coming over and finished with 2 hands.
Beautiful body screen by Taylor England. Rocky down by 4 into the offensive side. Bradford feeds it into the high post to Hart. Hart drives into the lane. Pump fake once. Leaves his feet. Shot no good. Michael Ure goes up and grabs the rebound, and here come the Digs the other way.
Michael Ure doesn't understand how big a rebound that was for Tech.
11:40 left to play here in the ball game. Tech with a rock. Ure on the right wing. Hands it off to Bake. Bake comes back up top. England looking lefts. Hands it off to Lawrence. Lawrence, step back left side. Drives into the key, spins, attacks. Boy, big collision. And Rocky comes out. Now we're going to get a whistle on a foul after the fact. Huge collision in the key as Lawrence attacked. And Michael Ure will be called with the foul. That is team foul number 4 on the Digs. We mentioned we were so far ahead of the other men's games, and by the time this one gets done, those are going to be. Western's going to be home before before we're done. Digs lead by 4, 49-45. We will get the scores of those other men's games here in a moment.
Yeah, Great Falls will be right about to Loma on their way back from Havre. The speed trap itself.
Into the offensive side, Jesse Owens to Bradford. Bradford from way downtown, and Tayshawn Bradford has 9 points.
Yeah, you know, he leads them. He's the second leading scorer, and it's because he takes shots like that.
Tech leads 49-48. Into the offensive side, bounce pass to Ure. 11 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Michael Ure has Hart on him, and Hart a little too aggressive, got a piece. Nick Hart kept trying to swat it away from Michael Ure. Ure does have a high dribble point, if you will. He does bounce the ball up pretty high, and Nick Hart was looking at it like it was a carnival game.
That was a crafty play by Michael Ure, too. I mean, he was the Gatorade Player of the Year in Idaho. He understands as a high basketball IQ. He may have dribbled that ball a little bit higher just to...
Possibly. 1 point lead for the Digs. Ure will go out. Darius Collins is in. Keely Bake, right side, drives into the high post, leaves it off to Belic. Belic back out on the floor. Around a screen, Belic drifts out to the right corner. Attacks baseline into the double team. Huge collision again. No whistle. Rocky the other way. Jesse Owens into the offensive zone. Leaves it for Bradford. 3-point shot, no. Rebound, Taylor England. 10:30 left to play in the ball game. Tech by 1. My goodness. There have just been some collisions. It's Sindhu Diallo down the lane. Two-handed jam. Diallo has 17.
Yeah, collided with the rim on that one.
A 3-point lead for the Digs. On the right side with it, Jesse Owens kicks it in the left corner. Bradford, nice floater on the baseline. Tayshawn Bradford has 11. We have a timeout on the floor. Montana Tech by 1, 51-50. The midway point here of the second half. We have a full timeout, so we'll take one. Montana Tech leads by a point. We're back after this 1-minute break. Hey, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. The Digs up 51-50. We have had an absolute fight from word go. The other two games starting to get a little stretched out. Northern all over Providence, 57-32. That one at the Armory with 11 minutes left to play. Northern has held Providence to 32 points. Yeah, they'll be walking back to Great Falls. The other one in Helena, Carroll leading Western 52-39.
Oh.
So those are our games here this evening. Montana Tech here leading by 1. We have had 7 lead changes. We've been tied 3 times, the bulk of those here in the second half. 10 minutes remaining. Into the offensive side, Keely Bake around a screen. Bake puts on the brakes, moves it to Belic. Belic, nice pass to Taylor England, and England will finish.
That's a second great pass that Belic has thrown to Taylor England. He's drawing the attention. People don't want him to hammer home with drunk, and he's able to throw it down to England for an easy 2.
53-50, Tech by 3. Jesse Owens up top, around a screen, drifts out to the wing, comes up top, Bradford. Bradford attacks right side of the paint. Darius Collins defensively gets the hands up. Collins will pick up the personal, and Bradford will shoot a pair. So Tayshawn Bradford, again, a little physical out here.
Yeah.
Bradford will shoot 2. Bradford, a 60% foul shooter on the year. Rocky is a team at 68%. Tech shoots 72% as a team. Bradford's first is on its way and good.
Wow. This is just this game, 9:33 left here in the second, and both teams hovering around the bonus mark. I mean, this could be a long 9.5 minutes.
Big time. Bradford getting ready for a second. And again, you look at how nice of a luxury it is to have Bradford on this Rocky roster. You know, he was a starter last year. He came in the sixth man, and I'm not saying he didn't start at other times this year, but boy, he is a talent to come off the bench. And we're going to get a travel call inside as the pass inside to Taylor England. He is called with the walk, and the key turnover will go to Rocky.
Boy, but I like the idea. Throw it into the big man. You know, he's had some great touches, some good looks down low. Get him some more.
Turnover number 11 for Montana Tech here today. The Digs by 1, 53-52. Bradford on the right wing. Bounce pass underneath to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen goes up off the glass and in. Santa Stephen has 9 points in transition. Belich knocks it down, and players are wrestled apart here as Santa Stephen was there defensively. Belich put it down. He hopped right back up as he went down awkwardly.
Yeah, that's an intentional foul.
Yep.
They upgraded it right away.
So the intentional foul. Coaches came out on the floor here. 9 minutes left to play. You're obviously much better with this as far as officiating. Give us the rundown here. As you mentioned, they upgraded it immediately, so walk us through that.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see, and NCAA rulebook, it differs. You know, get your flagrant ones, flagrant twos. I think you're going to have a flagrant one on Belich because, one, he was an airborne shooter. It wasn't a basketball play, and he got him high above the shoulders and drug him down. That was the easy upgrade. And I think you're going to see a technical on Belich for the retaliation, you know, which I don't think they're going to do more than that.
9 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Bears by 1, 54-53.
This is one of those moments where you'd absolutely love to have replay just to break it down, because you could look at this 10 times over and talk about it and say, who do you got? The officials did a great job. They were right on it. It was a fast break. All three officials were in there separating players. And credit to the Tech bench. A great job by,
they came racing out.
You know, Coulter Bales, one of the red shirts out of Laurel, came out there and grabbed Belich and basically walked him out of the gym. So this will be, there's going to be some free throws. There's definitely going to be some players.
The officials still chatting it over here, and it looks like they're going to go over to the scorer's bench, and let's see what we have on tap. 9:05 left to play in the ball game. And the officials will go over. He is signaling. So a flagrant 2 on Santa Stephen. So Santa Stephen is done.
Yep.
He'll go to the bench with 9 points. So Santa Stephen will pick up a flagrant 2 foul. So Caleb Belich will get the technical. Okay, so Santa Stephen gets the flagrant 2. He is done. Caleb Belich gets the technical as he jumped up. And honestly, we've talked about how physical this ball game is, and this is a product of that. I mean, these guys have just gotten after each other all night, and we talked about it, that idea of keeping guys safe. This game has escalated from word go. Right. And that is the the byproduct of it is these guys just getting after one another, and it just has gone too far. So the official still talking. As of right now, we know there is a flagrant 2 on Santa Stephen, so he should be done.
Yeah.
Belich was called with a technical. The officials are still out on the floor talking over after they brought that information to the scorer's table.
Right. I think they're looking at. I think a lot of what they're discussing is the order of which you shoot these free throws. Where does the ball go? And then I think, too, it's a little bit of a pep talk between themselves of, hey, let's calm each other down. Let's figure this game out.
And you have to try and figure out a way to calm the game down as well, but yet don't, start blowing whistles on every possession down the floor.
Right.
So that's a hard line to walk. 9 minutes left to play here in the ball game. The officials now chatting it over, mainly with the Rocky coaches. Coach Drykosen talking to the official about it. 9:05 left to play here in the ball game. Bears by 1.
So Santa Stephen, what they're talking about is he's got to come out.
And he initially went out, then obviously came back out on the floor. So he would have to go out basically like a fifth foul scenario where he'll be buzzed out. They'll bring somebody in for him. Belich is going to go to the line here for the Digs.
And they're going to shoot him in the order of which they happened, which makes sense. So Santa Steven is out. He doesn't have to leave. They don't leave the confines of the court anymore.
Yep.
Or at least they shouldn't.
Well, and he is. He's leaving the court. Yep, so Santa Steven will leave the court. On the flagrant 2, he will leave the floor. So at the line, Caleb Belich, good to see him get up and be okay. He was kind of flexing his hands, flexing his arms after the fact. His first free throw attempt here is up and good.
That would be a play that you'd love to see because you know he came down at an awkward angle. It was essentially a kind of a horse collar from the basketball perspective.
Yep.
You know, all your momentum is taking you towards the basket and you get pulled the other direction.
Well, and again, it's just so physical. You know, it just
And
too much, honestly. And I do like this. So Belich and Abdul-Abba are chatting about it now.
Yeah.
And Ba's kind of calming him down. Belich and he are talking it over. I love to see that. Bradford at the line for his second. So Bradford gets 1 of 2. And this should be, will be Rocky ball, right? I was thinking it'd be Tech ball, but Rocky will get the ball here.
Rocky will get the ball.
Okay. So that will be 55 all our score.
Wow.
After all of that, we are now tied. 9 minutes left to play here in the ball game. So a flagrant 2 foul. Santa Steven is out of the ball game and out of the gym. And now Rocky with the basketball, a chance to grab the lead. Here on the near side, Baugh dribbling up toward the top, stays on the wing. 8:50 left to play. Big collision, offensive on Baugh as Hughes got in front of him. And Baugh will pick up the personal. Montana Tech basketball. 8:49 left to play here in the ball game. And the Digs down the floor.
You can't have a better defensive possession than that coming out of a very heated moment.
Yep. So here come the Digs down the floor. Hughes in the backcourt. 8:40 left to play here in this ball game. Tech with a rock. Pass down in the left corner. Darius Collins. Collins drives into the paint. Spins. Needs help. Ball comes out. Loose. Goes to the wing. Players diving for it. It goes out of bounds. And it will be Tech basketball. Great hustle again by both squads. Collins dives for it. Bradford dives for it. Bradford gets up limping just a bit, but it will be Oredigger basketball in their offensive zone.
Boy, great hustle there by Collins. I mean, he took off from inside the three-point line and said, I'm going to get that one.
So the Digs will inbound here. Drew Hughes, Sindhu Diallo, Taylor England, Darius Collins, and Belich on the far side of the floor. The inbound comes to Diallo. 8:28 left to play in the ball game. Caleb Belich drifts to the right wing, puts on the brakes, looking for help, backs it out to Hughes. 3 on the shot clock. Belich fires, looks good, and it is. Caleb Belich. 11 points on the day for Belich. That's his second three-pointer. The Digs up by 3. Our 9th lead change here in the ball game. Rocky down on the left side of the paint. Stevens. Tech has some significant momentum right now. Rocky will try and diminish that. Bradford moving left. Pass on the interior. Tipped. Taking it away is going to be Darius Collins.
Little plays like that Darius has been making for years, but he just makes such a mark on the program.
Hughes passes out of the right side to Diallo. Diallo baseline to Belich. Belich drifts to the right corner. He's going to fire. Belich gets another one. Belly is feeling it. 14 points for Caleb Belich. Montana Tech by 6.
Is it just me, or is the Belich cheering section getting bigger and bigger? Every game they're multiplying. They're
7:38 left to play in the ball game. Montana Tech leading 61-55. A tremendous run there after kind of an ugly situation. You know, you have the flagrant 2. Santa Steven goes out. Montana Tech makes a huge defensive play, and then Belly with a pair of three-pointers, and actually 2 big defensive plays, I should say, by Montana Tech, leads to 2 big three-pointers for Belich. And he's another one of those guys you don't want hot at any point in a basketball game if you're playing him, and even more so right here. I mean, he has a ton of momentum. Tech leads by 6, and that rim right now for Caleb Belich is huge.
Yeah, he's 3 of 4 from downtown. You know, he's got 15 points, but what he's doing, you know, he makes both free throws on the intentional, or on the F2, right? He makes a great 3 as the shot clock's winding down, then makes that 3 in the corner, and you go, okay, feed that guy, right? He's got, not only does he have the shooting momentum, but he was the first guy to get popped up when he got fouled hard. You know, that's a very mercurial guy. He was super excited.
A 6-point lead for the Digs. The other games, Carroll up over Western 65-46. And Northern leading Providence 74-48. So Northern in a big way. And here we come back the other way. Rocky into the offensive side. Jesse Owens. Owens moves it around the arc left side. On the wing with it is Baugh. Baugh comes up top. They'll move it right to Robinson. Robinson picks up his dribble, hands it off to Owens. Tech with significant momentum. Owens comes into the hands of Baugh. 7:18 left to play. Baugh out near midcourt. Shot clock at 7. Three-point shot is up. Off the front of the rim, no good. Belic with the rebound. Number 10 is everywhere right now. There is a spark in that young man.
Sometimes it just takes somebody throwing a flagrant foul at you to get you going.
Left side, Sindhu Diallo. Diallo switch dribble at the foul line. Pull up jumper, money. Sindhu Diallo has 19, and the Digs go up by 8, the biggest lead by either team here in the second half. Jesse Owen passes to his right side, Robinson. Robinson back to Owens. 6:40 left to play here in the ball game. Rocky needs something to go their way right now, as Tech really in control momentum-wise. Rock back out here on the near wing is Stevens. Stevens, great pass underneath, wraparound shot up and in. Cale Robinson. Robinson found a hole. He gets the basket, and the lead is 6 for Montana Tech.
And I got to say that might be the first easy layup that Rocky has had this whole second half.
Montana Tech with it. Sindhu Diallo around a screen. One step, picks up his dribble, passes left to Hughes. Hughes on the baseline, nice feed across. They'll wave the shot, whistle it a foul here as Taylor England got hit as he was going, they'll say before the shot, so he got hit as he got the pass. Bradford will pick up the personal, and Taylor England at the line. Hart will check in for Rocky. Bradford will go out. And Taylor England will go to the line. He'll shoot the 1-and-1. So England, 8 points on the day. And England will shoot the 1-and-1 here for the Digs. Taylor, 2 of 2 from the foul line. And the front half of the bonus is on its way and good. So he'll get another. Taylor England, 9 points. 3 of 3 from the foul line. Taylor England has 5 rebounds on the day as well. England steps up to the line for his second. And front of the rim, no good. Defensive rebound, Robinson. Tech by 7. 6 minutes left to play in the ball game. Down the floor, Rocky into the offensive side, Jesse Owens. He passes right to Baugh. Baugh comes up top, ball fake, looking left. Pass goes that way to Robinson. Robinson into the key, drifts back up top. Robinson calling for help. Gets it to Owens. Owens has a lane, puts it high off the glass, no good. Boy, big rebound attempt. Maxim Stevens got up. Just couldn't hold on to the rock. Montana Tech the other way. That was great effort by Stevens. Holy man. Hughes, cross court, left corner to the wing. 3-point shot. Diallo, no. Taylor England with a rebound. Back up top, Sindhu. Montana Tech will readjust. Collins with a ball fake. He'll go to the right corner. Out to the wing, Diallo. 5:20 remaining in the ball game. Tech leading by 7. Sindhu Diallo, step back, 3 ball short. Rebound controlled by Stevens. Rocky back the other way. Baugh, nice move through the middle, goes up, shot no good, whistle and a foul. Boy, switch dribble. Taylor England was able to get a fingertip on that ball, but Baugh was able to continue his momentum to the basket and get a shot off. Taylor England will get his 4th personal.
Yeah, that's a big 4th personal. They're bringing in Bridger Larson.
So Baugh at the line here. Abdul Baugh is 0 of 1 from the free throw line today. Baugh averages 14 a game. He sits at 9. His first here is up and good.
And you felt like Tech on that last possession, they had all the momentum. It felt like they were going for the home run, right? They need a big 3, and for them offensively, it's now a 6-point game. You don't need a home run. You just need to get good shots.
Baugh's second is up and good. So Abdul Baugh goes 2 of 2. He's 2 of 3 on the day. 11 points on the day for him. Montana Tech by 5. 64-59. Sindhu Diallo into the offensive zone. Looking to his left. Drifts out to the left wing. Switch dribble. Pulls up from 8. Floater is short. Rebound tipped. Rocky has it. Baugh the other way. Baugh quickly into the offensive zone. Puts on the brakes. Backs it out. Jesse Owens now up top. That's Stevens. Stevens down to the bottom left corner, drifting out to the wing with it is Robinson. 4:38 left to play in the ball game. Tech by 5. Rocky with the ball. Baugh way up top. Goes with the right hand. Feeds it to the block. Hart through his hands. That will be turnover to Montana Tech. Honestly, kind of a rare error out of Hart here today.
Yeah.
As that one got both hands, just unable to bring it in. That will slip through and be Oredigger basketball. Lawrence will come in. Sindhu Diallo will get a quick breather. We'll see how long they keep him out.
I like that sub, too. You know, Sindhu's kind of taken a lot of shots over the last 2 possessions. I like that you put Lawrence in.
Montana Tech in the backcourt, looking to bring it down. Collins down the floor, left side, through the press. Hand off back to Hughes. 4:20 remaining in the ball game. 3-point shot, and no good that time for Caleb Bellich. The whole place just collectively held their breath. 4:10 remaining, Montana Tech by 5. Rocky, far right wing, around a high screen. Drifting down toward the corner with it is Robinson. Robinson with the left hand, feeds into the paint. Robinson turns, puts up the shot, no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul as Robinson went down. And the personal foul, Hughes was there, Bridger Larson was there, and Hughes is going to get it. So Hughes will pick up his 3rd personal foul. I love, too, that, you know, it's like the old days of Rocky here. You've got Coach Drykosen, and look who his assistant is sitting there, for goodness sake. Coach Keller has taken over the assistant position role. Of course, that was the tandem when they won the national title in 2009, as Coach Keller was the assistant coach for Drykosen. Did never wear the fancy, fanciful jacket, which is upsetting.
Yep.
Robinson's 2nd is good. Robinson with 7 points on the game. Montana Tech by 4. Tech through the press, down the left side. Bellich to the rack, two-handed. He gets it and the foul. Caleb Bellich has 16. Wow.
You could see that brewing, too, and at the moment he turned the corner, I go,
Yep.
uh-oh, they better foul him, and they did, and he still dunked it.
Bellich just, once he decided to go, you just saw the head go down, lean toward the rim, and he was off and running. Two-handed jam by Bellich, 16 points. And the lone free throw is money. 7-point play for Caleb Bellich, the digs by 7. 67-60. Rocky with the basketball, 3:48 left to play. Owens lost the dribble there for a minute. Montana Tech defensively. Owens down the left side, puts it up off balance, no good. Not a high percentage shot. Offensive rebound, back up as Maxim Stevens.
Boyd Stevens just took it away.
We brought it up earlier. Stevens has played well against Tech all through the games last year. He was a real factor. 5-point lead for the digs. Montana Tech up top with it. Bridger Larson hands it off to Hughes. Hughes around a screen, moving left, double team coming. Hughes cross court to Bellich. Bellich calls for a little help up top, switches to the left hand, pick and roll inside to Larson. Ball comes out, Rocky ball. Rocky the other way with it. Jesse Owens across midcourt. 3 minutes left to play. Tech leads by 5. Owens calls for help. He'll move it up into the hands of Robinson. Robinson just outside the arc. Down the left side, has a step, wraparound pass. Didn't see it coming. Turnover to Tech.
Good awareness by Keely Bake, too. He was right there in the rotation. Take that pass away.
2:44 left to play in the ball game. Tech leads by 5. Moving left with it is Hughes. Hughes on the far left wing, switches to the right hand. He has a lane off the glass, no. Offensive rebound, back out to Bake. 3-point shot, no. Rebound, Rocky. 2 good looks. Rocky the other way, down by 5. Baugh around the screen. He'll fire from 16, no good. Offensive rebound on the putback for Nick Hart. How many offensive rebounds with touch putbacks has Hart had today for Rocky?
I wish that was a stat they kept because he had quite a few.
My goodness, 2:19 left to play in the ball game. We have a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one. The Digs up 67-64. We're back here to the Hyper after this 1-minute timeout. 2:19 left to play here in the ball game. Montana Tech leading 67-64 as the timeout on the floor. Teams come back out for Montana Tech. Sindhu Diallo, Hughes, Collins, Belich, and Taylor England on the floor. Right now, you're looking at 19 points for Diallo, 17 points for Belich. On the other side, Hart has 11. Bradford has 14 for the Battling Bears. Montana Tech with the ball in the backcourt. Hughes calling for a little help into the offensive zone. 2:10 remaining in the ball game. Tech leads by 3. Belich moving around the horn left side. Backdoor cut to Diallo. Diallo double team underneath, kicks it up top. 3-point shot is up and in. Darius Collins.
What a great find by Sindhu.
His second three-pointer of the day. Montana Tech by 6. 1:50 left to play. Pass comes up top. Robinson for Rocky. Robinson in the high post, moves it down to Hart in the corner. Back to Robinson. He's looking for help. 100 seconds remaining in the contest. Right side, Hart. Hart drives into the lane, spins to his right. Tried to lean into the defender. Shot no good. Great defense, but Hart gets it back. Second attempt, no good. Boy, he is slippery in traffic. Montana Tech with the ball, leading by 6.
A non-stop motor for him, too, and all of these Battling Bears.
Yeah, 80 seconds left to play here in the first half. Yeah, that's the one thing. No matter what happens here tonight, boy, Rocky and Coach Drykosen have to be ecstatic about the effort given. Sindhu Diallo, pick and roll to England, and a whistle and a foul underneath as England turned to the rim, and he is fouled underneath by Robinson. I have Cale Robinson fouling out. Yep, I have Robinson done. So 8 points for Robinson on the day. He will go to the bench. 1:08 left to play here in this ball game. Montana Tech looking to stay on top of the Frontier Conference pile. They're looking to go to 6-1. Carroll up by 20 now over Western. The other game, Northern leading Providence by 30. So there have been some runaways in Frontier Conference action here tonight.
Not here.
Not even. 1:08 left to play in the ball game. The Digs by 6. At the foul line, Taylor England shooting 2. His first is up and good. So Taylor England is 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. He has 10 total points for Montana Tech. So the Digs, 3 guys in double digits. Diallo has 19, Belich with 17, England with 10. Taylor England. Second is, boy, it looked well short and it found its way over the iron and in. So Taylor England has 11, Montana Tech by 8. Left corner, Bradford for 3, no good. Rebound long, Montana Tech gets it. Drew Hughes down the floor. Alley-oop, Sindhu Diallo! Alley-oop! Somehow Sindhu Diallo goes up and gets it. He pounds it home with 2 hands. And the Digs go up by 10.
That might have been the greatest dunk I've ever seen.
That was insane. Montana Tech will call a full timeout. I hope to goodness somewhere we have a good video of that. It looked like the alley-oop pass was high, and Sindhu Diallo absolutely went up and just hammered it home with 2 hands.
He could have set the high jump record with how high he went.
Honestly, and
he caught the ball above the square.
That was insane. A monster dunk by Sindhu Diallo off a great feed by Hughes. Tech goes up by 10. 55 seconds remaining in the ball game, so Montana Tech will look to go to 6-1 in Frontier Conference play. Carroll going to win their game as well, so Tech and Carroll will be tied at the top of the Frontier Conference when they meet here on Saturday on the men's side at 4 o'clock. We have a good packed house here tonight. Hopefully we have more people here for that game on Saturday. The Digs leading 74-64. An insanely entertaining game here tonight. It did get extremely physical at times, but it has been very entertaining to say the least.
That was amazing.
That was crazy. Like truly, I mean, the number of insane dunks that young man has brought to this building is off the charts anyway, but we haven't seen anything like that on this floor ever. 10-point lead for the Digs. 55 seconds remaining. That was just insane.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I can't get back.
Seen a lot of cool things, but.
Into the offensive side. Handoff, three-point shot. Bradford, ton of air under it. Takes a big bounce and tipped in by Hart. So Nick Hart tips in another one. 13 points for Hart. And again, how many tips has he had in for points tonight?
I'd love to see his rebounding numbers. I mean,
let's go look.
He's been all over the place, and it's little things that help you win ball games. And
Hart, let's see here, 4 of 10 from the floor, 7 rebounds for Nick Hart here tonight.
And I'm sure that's not counting the ones that he's tipped out to teammates or that he's,
I like the way this kid plays the game. So at the line, Christian Jones was fouled on the inbound. His first is up and good. You bring in your free throw shooters here at the money time. And Christian Jones, the young man over from Eastern Montana, gets his first one down. He'll get ready for number 2. Jones, second is money.
Wow.
Christian Jones made both look easy. 10-point lead for the Digs. 46 seconds remaining. Into the offensive side around a screen. Baugh from downtown, no good. Rebound, Diallo. Double teamed on the baseline. Diallo is able to dribble out. Diallo into the offensive side. Hart takes it away, and it will be Rocky ball. It went out of bounds. Hart gets the steal off of Diallo out of bounds. And again, Nick Hart just has had a great game for Rocky. Baugh, the inbound, 33 seconds. Baugh, coast to coast, left hand gets it. They gave him the lane. Baugh has 13 points. Montana Tech with a basketball. Jones into the offensive side. Taylor England, 26 seconds remaining. Everybody's backing off. And this one, well, actually, they have to, well, they can let it go, I guess, but there'll be 1 second left on the shot clock. Sendu Diallo will dribble out. They'll have to put the kibosh on it. Rocky will get the ball with 1 second remaining. Diggs will get the win. Well, with 1 second left, Rocky will inbound here. We'll try and make sure we keep the volume low enough that we can't hear the hooligans. 1.3 seconds, the inbound, and this one's done. So the Digs will get the win, 76-68 our final. Montana Tech will stay on top of the Frontier Conference. They'll be tied with Carroll College, both teams at 6-1 in Frontier Conference play. Tech is 17-5 overall. Carroll will be 19-2 overall. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW. We'll take a break. We'll wrap up our doubleheader after this 1-minute timeout. We just saw the replay of the alley-oop, and it is the single most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's amazing.
The Digs win by 8.
Hang it in the Louvre.
Yeah, it's 76-68. Tremendous night of basketball. The Rocky women get the win in our opener. The Montana Tech men come back and get a huge win here on the men's side. I guess give us your final thoughts, and then we'll go into numbers, things like that.
You know, that's a gritty win that Montana Tech needed to win, right? Sometimes the hardest games to win are the ones where you're facing adversity. You have some tough fouls. You're playing extremely physical, and then all of a sudden they blow the doors open on it, and they finish really well. The last 6-8 minutes of the game after Belich's hard foul, all of a sudden they locked in, they were engaged. I mean, they clawed, and they fought hard, but then all of a sudden something snapped, and that's what really good teams start to do this time of year is they start to win games because you know what? They're supposed to win them. And that's a big testament to guys like Drew Hughes, Taylor England, Caleb Belich, Sendu Diallo, because they started to shoulder that burden and say, you know what? we're going to win this game because we want to win this game, because we should win this game.
76-68, Montana Tech with the win. Again, the Digs will go to 17-5 overall, 6-1 in Frontier Conference play. And with that loss, Rocky will go to 9-10 overall, 2-5 in Frontier Conference play. So Montana Tech will stay tied at the top of the pile. Number-wise for the, let's start with Rocky. They get 3 guys in double digits. They're led by Tayshawn Bradford with 14. Nick Hart gets 13 here tonight, and Abdul Ba with 13 as well. Great night by those guys. Maxim Stevens with 8 points, Cale Robinson with 8, and Bo Santa-Steven with 9 points on the evening for the Battling Bears. Incredibly athletic, physical, just a good basketball team. And yeah, they're going to win some basketball games still before this thing is over. That Rocky team is solid. Just a great game here tonight. The other side, go ahead.
A testament to Coach Drykosen. We talked about, and we compliment him a lot. He's in his 22nd year at Rocky, but this is a Rocky team that's going to win games, and it's not because sometimes they have the most talent on the court or little things like that. It's because they hustle after every rebound. They go after every loose ball. They play with a lot of heart and a lot of conviction, and that starts at the top with the head coach, and he did a great job with that squad.
Montana Tech, 3 guys in double digits, led by Sindhu Diallo, 19 points, and the sickest thing we've ever seen in this gym. Sindhu gets 1 3-pointer. He had 6 points in the half, 13 points in the second half for Sindhu Diallo. Caleb Bellich will end with 17 points here tonight. And like I say, that huge burst right at the beginning of what you could call the fourth quarter, that I always kind of make a mark at the 10-minute